is it okay to put this on YouTube, on social media, on my site, website, for purposes of education?
Yep,
Okay, great.
sure, absolutely.
Okay, so what do you want to get out of the session?
Well, gosh, well, I guess my ultimate thing right now, if I had to choose anything, I mean, I've pretty much my whole life, I've always been a hypochondriac. I've always been a worrywart, I guess you would say. And uh, over a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer, like I was telling you on my email. So that just made everything worse. So I was like, I know I'm the worst person to have that kind of disease because I worry enough as it is. I've always been that way. I'm always looking towards the future, stressed out about things that has no, just worst case scenario stuff. So just my overall anxiety and fear, just not just even about being diagnosed with a disease, just in life general. I mean, I've always just been, I don't know, I guess a stressed out individual. I'm not the kind of person to get up and talk to big crowds because I'm foreseeing myself messing up, or just anything that has to do with anxiety and stress and fear. That's always been a part of my life that ever since I can remember. And basically that would be the biggest thing. And I've dealt with depression, throughout my life as well. But the biggest thing for me would be the fear and anxiety, you know, pretty much would be the biggest thing that I'd like to help get rid of.
How does this fear and anxiety portray itself in your life? Teach me how to do it. I don't know how to do it.
Tell you basically how to have anxiety.
Yep, yep.
Um,
How do you do it? Because I have clueless. I don't have anxiety.
that's that's a good question. I've never heard that one before. Wow, how to gosh, and there's so many triggers. For me, it's so easy because the littlest thing triggers. It could be the phone ring, and it could be, oh gosh, the boss wants to talk to me, and I automatically get those feelings of anxiety, like portraying the worst case scenario in my mind. So to teach you how to, yeah, I guess my best way to teach you is, well, think about for the end of the day. Well, gosh, that's a good. I'm trying to think of a good scenario. Excuse me. I've never. That's a tough one.
Let's start like this. Do you see it in your mind, a picture of it? Do you hear it in your mind, or do you just feel it, or all three of them?
Pretty much all of them. It's basically like a movie playing. Normally, when I get anxiety, it's like a movie playing in my head. Yes, I get the sensations, the sweaty palms, yep, actually see the video in my mind.
And when you see the video,
The
are
sense.
you inside of it looking through your own eyes, or are you outside of it looking at it?
Um, Usually, like I'm right there. Like I guess you'd say a first person point of view. Um, like I'm actually in the movie, I guess.
Okay, so let's just say right now the telephone is ringing, and right away you go in, uh oh, my boss is going to fire me. Okay? Do you see
Yep.
that video in your mind now? What would happen if
Yep.
you pulled yourself out of your body there and put yourself into the audience as if you're just watching it? Does the feeling get worse or better?
Not worse.
Better or the same?
Um, Maybe a little bit better, but close to the same.
Okay. Okay. So tell me, I can understand you wanting to get rid of your anxiety. I mean, I wouldn't want anxiety either. I don't have it, but I wouldn't want it. But what's the real importance to you about getting rid of that anxiety? What do you really want to get out of it, getting rid of it?
Just be at peace, I guess. Just, you know, I just don't like the feelings you get that are associated with anxiety, no matter whether it's something big or something small, and I just know it's bad for you. It's unhealthy. Stress in general, I know how detrimental to your health it can be. So I think that's a big part of it now that I know so much about stress as far as what it can do to you. So, you know, between those two things, those are the biggest, just the health and just the being at peace.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so describe to me what happens. You see the picture in your head, and then what happens?
Usually then it just keeps, it's like I'm almost make my own story, like kind of how it's going to play out a lot of times. Um,
About your bodily,
you,
in terms of the bodily feelings do you have?
oh, a lot of like that sick feeling in your stomach a lot, maybe sweaty palms. Those are the two big ones like that. I can get, it feels like a warm body sensation all through me almost, just that automatic fight or flight feeling, I guess you'd say. It goes, through my stomach, and the butterflies, I guess you'd call it, that's the big thing.
And when good things happen, do you also get this?
When good things, no.
Okay, so how often does this happen?
Um, it varies from day to day depending on what's going on.
On average.
But usually every day, I'd say at least a few times a day, like I said, over something stupid. Like it could be like if I think my wife is coming home and she's in a bad mood or something, like just any type of conflict at all can give me that. Like, oh, gee, or so. I mean, I would definitely say probably at least a few times a day. I mean, it's not like an all day thing, but a few spots throughout the day.
And does it happen more often in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at nighttime?
Um, Mornings could, I feel like, be a little more stressful, yes, than for some reason. Like if I wake up to in the middle of the night, my mind goes rampant. So I feel like, yeah, early morning or something of that sort is probably the worst, I feel like, for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because then
And
I'm usually better once I start getting my blood pumping and moving, or, workout, stuff like that to try to help, just put me at ease a little more.
and when did you start getting this?
I've had this pretty much my whole life. Like I remember always being a hypochondriac or just a worry wart. Like I remember every time it would rain, I'd swear in my mind that we're going to have a tornado, or little things like that. I remember being stressed and be like, oh gosh, it's going to be a tornado. I know it. Like you just stupid little things like that. I'm thinking, gosh, most kids probably don't ever worry about that stuff, but I do. I did. Like and I don't know how I got it, where I got it from, but I've always been that way. Or, could be things at school, when I was little, like I was nervous to death of any confrontation or just anything like that, or like just made me nervous, anxiety, or having to get up in front of the class, or so many things when I was little, like it always made me nervous.
Okay. I can understand wanting to get the sense of peace, not having all that anxiety all the time. Okay. But what really is the importance behind not being at peace, not having all those sensations all the time?
What would be important?
About that, yeah.
Is that what? Um, well, gosh, I feel that that anxiety can hinder me from being as happy as I can be, I guess, like I feel if I don't have that anxiety, I can live more freely, live not worrying about tonight or tomorrow or a year from now. Just feel like it would just let me live a happier life. I mean, that's what I believe, I guess. Whether that happens, I don't know, but that's what I believe.
And how will you know that you get rid of it?
Um, that one day, you know, I guess a big, easy one for me, since like now, like I said, I was diagnosed with cancer every year ago. A cancer commercial or something pops up constantly, things like that that constantly remind you about it, so that I can see those one day and it not phase me one bit. That I can say, oh, okay, it's just another commercial or another topic, without me getting that feeling in my stomach or whatever. So that would something like that would be a good kind of test. Like, oh wow, I don't have to worry about being triggered now every 10 minutes of the day, or and that's just one example, but just things that's always bothered me, that's always triggered me, my stress, basically not trigger me anymore to get that fight or flight feeling.
You mentioned that they operated on you and that right now you're in remission, right?
Yes.
Okay. And it was what kind of cancer again?
Kidney cancer.
Kidney cancer. Okay. I'm going to read to you something about the kidney and tell me if this resonates with you in any way. Difficulty meeting one's own needs, a worrier, anxious, fearful, that definitely resonates with you, right?
Yes, it does.
Other people focused, expect good from but often disappointed in others, sensitive to injustices, introverted, reflective tendencies, easily influenced, or ignore your intuition.
That sounds pretty very similar. Yes.
So, all of the above you're saying.
Yes, I would say pretty darn close. Yes.
Okay, on a scale from 0 to 10, how strong is it?
How strong is?
This feeling, all the anxiety, all the 0 is the
You
least,
mean
10
in
is the most.
general?
In general, when you get it, how strong is it?
Oh, depending on what it is. Some things obviously produce a bigger feeling than others. But when it's bad, it's bad. It's definitely a 10. Like if I'm, like if I knew I had a doctor's appointment or something that day, and thinking about all that, that would be a 10. Then some of the other things, the little triggers, they might only be a 3, just a little bit of a trigger, but I know it's not the end of the world scenario. So, it definitely varies depending on the subject.
Okay. And what's your biggest fear about it?
I guess just death, leaving my son and wife, that's probably the ultimate. And it's more of, I don't want to know. Like when it's my time to go, that's okay. I just don't want to know every detail and how it's going to happen day by day. That scares me more than die. I know I got to die one day. I'm okay with that. I just don't want some idiot doctor telling me every step up, you got 3 days left, you got two, like that, like just, it angers me. It makes me, I fear that, I think, more than anything else, just the whole, like, that's what's frustrating about it. Like,
Okay, so if you imagine your head right now, a doctor giving you that step by step scenario, what does it do to you inside? Does it raise the
um,
anxiety?
yes, it does. Yep, yep. I definitely get anxiety, thinking
Okay, even
like,
though
well,
no
what's the
doctor is
worst?
there telling you, you just think about it, you right away the anxiety goes up.
Yes,
Okay. What might happen if you let it go?
I would feel that a thing that's been on my shoulder my whole life would find that pressure off of me would be released almost.
And what might happen if you don't let it go?
It'll continue to be a hindrance in my life, whether it's healing or emotional. I just feel that it's if I don't address it and continue to let it dominate me, that yeah, I won't be able to truly fully heal and move on with my life.
What are your three worst earliest memories?
um, that's the thing. I never had a bad childhood or nothing, so
I said earliest, doesn't have to be childhood.
um, like, gosh, there's a couple of things, but they're not. When I think about them, it's I don't feel like it was traumatic or nothing. But there's been times when me and my dad has got into fights, like, and I knew when he was angry, I would get that intense anxiety to be around. Like, oh shoot, Dad's coming home and he's mad, and he's gonna push me or something, something of that sort, and that gave me intense anxiety every time he was angry. I do remember that. Um, and that goes back from pretty much from the age of 7 on and up until I was a teenager. Um, but I wasn't abused or anything of that sort.
Okay, so anything that you remember as being traumatic as a child is considered to be a traumatic experience. And I know that makes you start to think, oh no, what did I do with my son? Because I think about my 6 children, about all the things that I must have done to them throughout the years. But it's not abusive. They'll probably have to go speak to somebody and get rid of that too, but it's okay. That's the way people are. As long as you have more positives than negatives, you're in the okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so two more.
Um, something weird, and this is kind of an odd thing, but that always made me gave me extreme anxiety when I think way back, and I didn't understand it. And this is kind of an odd thing, but if I'd hear my mom and dad, oh gosh, being close or intimate with each other in the next room, because mine was right next to him, give me this intense feelings of anxiety and stuff. And for some, I don't know why, because me and my wife talked about the same way with her parents, so that gave me, I remember, like, oh gosh, like that just felt like it was the worst feel, like, oh, just some worst uncomfortable anxiety feelings that I could have as a kid, and I remember always dreading it when every time I hear that, and I don't know why, but because
Third one.
yes,
Hmm?
um, a third one. Well, I guess a third one, I'm going to go later, like a more recent one, with the most
Mm-hmm.
impactful one that was probably when doctor first told me that they found a mass in my kidney. That thinking about that and okay, and then basically, yeah, that one was about the most intimate in my life that I can remember.
I just
Just
want.
that intense anxiety feeling.
Where's your good place? Place that you like to go when you like to relax. It could be a place in your mind. It could be a
I'm
place.
sorry.
Where is your good place? The place that you want to, that you go to when you want to relax, when you want to feel good, loved, secure.
Um, well, home's one for most of the time, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I like being at the ocean also. Like we go to a specific condo like every couple years, close to the ocean. That's a good happy place.
Okay. So what I want you to do, first of all, is it okay to work on all this? It's safe for you to work on all this.
Is it safe?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I believe so. Yes.
Yes, okay. So it's okay for me. You allow me to, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So first of all, I want you to go to your
Okay.
good place. Close your eyes, feet flat in the ground, hands on your lap. Breathe in deeply. Let it out with a sigh. One more time. Breathe in deeply. Let it out with a sigh. What I want you to do is I want you to go to that condo by the ocean, that place where you go for vacations every few years. I want you to put yourself over there with your family. When you go there, I want you to notice that there's a good feeling forming inside your body. Go ahead and point to where that good feeling in your body is.
Let's see here.
Okay,
Around the
perfect.
heart.
And as you think of that feeling in your heart, I want you to notice there's a color attached to it. What's the color?
Red.
Okay. What I want you to do is to breathe in that red energy. Just breathe it in. Let it fill up your entire body from the tips of your toes down to the tips of your fingers to the tip of your head. Let it get so big that it starts to overflow out. And as it overflows out, I want you to notice how it creates this force field all around you. And we know you got it. I want you to put your hands out and touch the force field to make sure it's there. Okay, don't forget when you feel the force field, put your hands out and touch it.
You say go out and touch it.
That's right.
Okay.
Got it. Good. Now what you're going to do is I want you to go to the bad stuff.
Yep.
I want you to go to the anxiety. I want you to feel it as strong as you can. Go back to that day. when your doctor told you that you had cancer and your mass in your kidney? What's him telling you that day-to-day progression of what's going to happen to you? Make it as strong as you possibly can. The stronger it is now, the faster it's going to go. How strong can you get it on a 0 to 10?
Right now, probably it's about a 7.
Can you get it higher? Just listen to the doctor telling
I'm
you that
trying. That's
day-to-day progression.
Yep. That's
Is it any higher?
it's a little bit higher now.
So what's it now?
It's probably like an 8.
Okay, because before when we first started, you said it was a 10. Just wanted to make sure that I was right about that.
And yes, and that's the strange part. Depending on it can hit me at different times at different strengths. Like I can get the memory one day, it might be the next time. I don't know why, if it's just the state of mind I'm in at the time. Like I can think of the exact same memory, and one time it might be a 5, other times it might be a 12. Like I don't know
Okay.
if it's because of the state of mind I'm in at the time. You
Interesting,
know,
because
uh,
you didn't mention that beforehand.
if that makes
Just
sense.
it makes
Yes,
sense,
and
but
that's
just interesting that you didn't mention it beforehand, because beforehand you said that thinking about what the doctor told you about the mass in your kidney and thinking about doctors telling you the day-to-day progression of your 3 days left to live, that would bring it up to skyrocket it. So just noticing that, okay? Because we went into a good feeling first. Good feeling,
yes,
bad feeling, we collapsed the bad feeling. But go to that 8, notice where you feel it in your body, point to it.
and that could,
Where do you feel it?
yes,
So, like in the front of your body, by your chest, stomach, where your kidneys
it's
are.
yeah, a lot, chest and stomach.
You getting the sweaty palms yet?
A little bit. Not they're clammy, but not like intensely sweaty, but they are clammy. Yes.
Okay. Take it all and put it on this imaginary shelf that's right in front of your head, your face. Okay, it's a strong shelf. You can carry it all. Just take it all out of you. Pull it out of your chest. Go on with your hands, do it. And put it on that imaginary shelf.
Okay.
Okay, and when you think of your timeline, is which way do you look to the past?
Which way?
Which direction? When you think about the past, which way do you look on your timeline?
Um, I, f- I feel like it's almost happening right now, I guess, when I look at the past, if that's
No, but
makes
if
sense.
you drew a timeline in front of you, which side of the timeline would be the past? The left, the right, the back, or the front?
Um, I would say the left.
Okay, so what I want you to do is take that shelf and shove it on over to the left. Okay, literally do it with your hands. Don't do it in your
Physically with
mind.
my hands.
Yep, physically with your hands. Shove it over to the left. Okay, and I'd like you to imagine a tree in
Okay.
front of you. What would happen to that tree if I stuck my hand in and I pulled it out by its roots?
What would happen?
What would happen to the tree if I stuck my hand in and I pulled it out by the roots?
It would die.
Nope, it would turn to beautiful golden butterflies that flutter away in freedom. Start tapping, letting go of all fears. Start tapping and repeat after me.
Start tapping.
One hand now, or both two hands, doesn't make a difference. Letting go of all fears. Say it after me out loud.
Letting go of all fears.
Letting go of all sadnesses.
Letting go of all sadnesses.
Letting go of all emotional traumas.
Letting go of all emotional traumas.
Letting go of the helplessness.
Letting go of the helplessness.
Letting go of the hopelessness.
Letting go of the hopelessness.
Letting go of the no control.
Letting go of the no control.
Letting go of the shame.
Letting go of the shame.
Letting go of the blame.
Letting go of the blame.
Letting go of the guilt.
Letting go of the guilt.
Letting go of the trapped feelings.
Letting go of the past feelings.
Letting go of the trapped feelings.
Letting go of the trap
Feelings. Letting go of the anxiety.
feelings. Letting go of the anxiety.
Letting go of the clammy hands.
Letting go of the clammy hands.
Letting go of the pictures in my mind, the videos in my mind.
Letting go of the pictures in my mind and the videos in my mind.
Letting go of Dr. What's his name?
Letting go of Dr. Shabsig.
Letting go of Dr. Shabzeg. Letting go of the diagnosis.
Letting go of the diagnosis.
Letting go of the pressure on me.
Letting go of the pressure on me.
Letting go of the intense anxiety.
Letting go of the intense anxiety.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
All the conflicts around it.
All the conflicts around it.
The lack of love.
The lack of love.
The lack of recognition.
The lack of recognition.
All the conflicts.
All the conflicts.
Let it go.
Go.
Safe to let it go. Time to let it go. Time to heal. Time to let me heal. Time to let them heal. I don't need it anymore. It doesn't serve me. I choose to let it go now. I choose to let it go today. It's safe to let it go. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm safe. We're all safe. It's safe to heal. It's safe to be safe. My beautiful life. Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Go ahead and touch that red force field. It's a feeling of safety, of love, of security. And say peace.
Peace.
Okay, go back to the bad feelings. Hear your doctor telling you that day-to-day diagnosis, what's going to happen to you each day of that disease, each day before you die. Feel that pressure on top of you. See what's changed. Try to bring it back. See what happens instead.
It's probably about a 6, 7 right now.
How do you know?
That feeling in my stomach.
Okay. Feel it. You know how you feel it. How strong you feel it. Step into it. Then put it on the shelf. Push it to the left. Physically do it. And start tapping. This feeling of a 6, 7, or 8. This feeling of the 6, 7, or 8.
This feeling 6, 7, or 8.
That feeling in my stomach.
That feeling in my stomach.
All the conflicts around it.
All the conflicts around it.
Want to let it go?
Want to let it go.
But who will I be if I let it go?
But where would I be if I let it go?
It's been with me my whole life. It's been with me my whole life.
I didn't hear that last. It's been with me my whole life.
I wouldn't recognize myself without it.
I wouldn't recognize myself without it.
I'm not going to let her take it away from me.
I'm not going to let it take it away from me.
But on the other hand, I'll still be me.
I'll still be me.
I'll just be happier.
I'll just be happier.
Healthier.
Healthier.
Freer.
Happier.
Freer.
Freer.
More at peace.
More at peace.
Maybe I'll let it go.
Maybe I'll let it go.
I thank it for all its hard work.
I thank it for all its hard work.
Trying to keep me safe.
Trying to keep me safe.
The only way that it knew how.
The only way it knew how.
But I have better tools now.
I believe in my
And it
ability
was able to keep us all
to
safe.
know
It's
all
safe to be
myself.
safe. Say that you
I set myself free from all the guilt I carry. I let go from negative thoughts, and I hope every day I am exercising and taking care of my body. Healing is happening in both my body and my soul every time I inhale.
I let
Fresh
go
air.
every dream. Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Feel the force field. Put your hands out. Feel that red force field all around you. Feel the safety. Feel the security. Feel the love. And say peace.
Peace.
Okay. Go back. See that video again. Doctor's telling you day by day what's going to happen to you as that mass progresses. What do you feel now? Zero to 10, what's your number?
I would say like a 4.
Okay, how do you know it's a 4?
Mostly in the stomach area again.
What changed in it that makes you a 4 instead of a 6, 7, 8?
It's not quite as sickly feeling, like if it's intense, I feel like it almost makes me feel sick, where it's not, I don't feel sick, but I feel the little butterfly still.
Okay. Once you notice there's a color attached to it, what's the color?
Um, Maybe like black.
Okay, once you notice there's any shape attached to it.
I say round.
Is it inside your body, outside your body, or somewhere in between?
Inside.
3-dimensional or 2-dimensional?
Um, More like three-dimensional.
Does it have a texture to it?
Smooth.
A temperature?
You cut out. Yeah, I didn't hear that part.
Temperature?
Hot.
Okay, I want you to go deep, deep down into the center core energy of that hot, smooth, three-dimensional, black, round thing that's inside of you, inside your stomach area. And when you get there, I want you to go even further back on the wings of time, like through an eye of a needle, back through the years, to the very first time, very first event, very first occurrence that has everything to do with this feeling that you're feeling right now. And first impression, are you indoors or outdoors?
Indoors.
First impression, is it daytime or nighttime?
Daytime.
First impression, are you alone or are you with others?
Alone.
Look at the hands. Are they big boy hands or little boy hands?
Big.
How old are you?
An adult. I guess 30s.
What's going on over there?
Well, I can't. Nothing really.
What's the
I'm
feeling?
having problems trying to.
What's the emotion that you feel when you see it?
Not anxiety.
So what is it then?
Um, I guess it's okay. I'm trying to think of a feel like just okay. I mean, content, I guess. Not.
Look around that time and see if there's anything over there that would cause you to feel that feeling, that black feeling in your stomach. Could be a little bit before then, could be a little bit after then.
Okay.
Okay, find anything?
It,
What's that?
the harder I think about it, then I do feel more anxiety.
Okay, point to where you feel the anxiety inside of you. Okay, notice the color. What's the color now?
Okay.
What's the color?
I keep going back to red for some reason.
Okay, pull out that red energy from there, that red color, that red anxiety. Pull it out from your stomach area, that solar plex area where you pointed to. Pull it all out. Don't let any of it stay behind. Some of it likes to hide. Keep it. We want to use it. But pull it out. Do you get it all out yet? Or is there still some in there?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Now hold that in front of you, and with your mind's eye, look what color it is now.
It's harder to find it right now.
It's in your hand. You took it out. As you look in your hand, what do you see there?
Yeah.
What's the color?
Red still.
Okay, I want you to notice it has a spin to it. Which way is it spinning?
To the right.
I want you to take it by the two sides with your two hands, and I want you to make the opposite of what it was in every possible way and spin it faster and faster and double the speed, double the amplitude, double the magnitude, double the frequency. Go ahead, spin it with your hands. Show the audience what you're doing. Making it go faster and faster, doubling it, tripling it, quadrupling it, 10 times faster, 100 times faster, 1,000 times faster, till you know it can never go back to the way it was before. It can only get better and better the way it is now. And when you got it for all the right reasons, slam it right back into where you took it out from, shocking your system as you do. Any sensations, any feelings you might be feeling are your body's way of letting go of the old, allowing the new. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to change it. Just let your body process through. Some of my clients sweat. Some of my clients laugh. Some giggle. Some cry. Some get cold and shiver. Some get very hot. Any of those physiological reactions or any other ones that you might be having are just normal reactions of your body resetting its neurological start point. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to change it. Just let your body process through. And when you got it for all the right reasons, try to bring it back. See what happens instead. What do you feel there now?
I'm trying to bring it back.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it feels like it's almost, I feel like it's more in my head, more like a sadness. Like when I think about that memory, almost like it almost feels like it makes me want to cry.
Okay. Notice the feeling and start tapping that sadness. That feeling in my head makes you want to cry. Repeat after me. Makes me want to cry.
Makes me want to cry.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it represents.
Whatever it represents.
However I registered it.
However I registered it.
However I know it.
However I know it.
All the conflicts around it.
All the concepts around it.
All the conflicts around it.
All the conflicts around it.
Let it go.
I believe in my
Safe, let it
ability
go.
to let
Time to
go
let go.
and accept
I just
myself.
feel I don't need any more of this.
I set myself
Just let
free
it go
from
now.
all the
Safe, let it
guilt I
go.
carry.
I'm so sorry. Please
I
forgive
let
me.
go from
Thank you. I
actions
love you.
I
I'm
hope
so sorry.
every day I
Please
am
forgive me.
exercising and
I love
taking
you.
care of my
Safe, let
body.
it go.
Healing
Time,
is
let it go. I
happening
don't
in
need
both
more.
my
People
body
give me a
and
gift. Once again, the gift.
every
Let it
time I
go. I'm
inhale.
safe. We're all
Fresh
safe.
air.
Peace, human desire. Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Feel the force field. Go back to that condo by the ocean. When you feel it strong, when you feel it good, say peace.
Peace.
Okay. Go back to that feeling in your head. Try to bring it back. See what happens instead.
I feel it a little bit in my chest.
So the feeling in your head left.
Not as much. No, not in my head. I don't know why it's.
So in your head it's gone. Okay. Feel it in your chest. How strong? 0 to 10.
Probably a 3.
Okay. Feel it. Know how you feel it. And start tapping. This feeling in my chest. Say after me.
Feel it in my chest.
The 3.
3.
However I know it.
However I know it.
However I feel it.
However I feel it.
All the conflicts around it.
I'm surrounded.
All the conflicts around it.
All the conflicts around it.
The sadness.
The sadness.
Letting it go.
Letting it go.
Safe to let it go.
I believe in my
I let it
ability
go.
to let
Safe to
go
let
and
it go.
accept myself. I set myself free from all the guilt I carry. I let go from actions I hope every day I am exercising and taking care of my body. Healing is happening in both my body and every time I inhale. Fresh air.
Every dream and desire to the clarity. Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Go to the condo in your mind next to the ocean. Hear the ocean, smell the ocean, feel the ocean, and say peace.
Peace.
Okay, go back to the feeling in your chest. What's different? What do you get instead?
It's harder to. It's getting harder to find it.
Okay, good. Is there anything left over there?
I'm having yeah, it's getting harder to
Okay, try bringing back one of those
find it.
commercials. You know those commercials that talk about cancer? Or imagine Dr. Shabseg is calling you. How's it feel now?
It's
What's changed?
it's not as intense right now.
Can you feel
That's
it at
for
all?
sure.
Can you feel it at all?
At this, it's hard to right now.
Do whatever you need to do to try bringing it back. Because you know, just about everything in your life causes cancer. Coffee does, chocolate does. You'll probably find out that sex does too. How do you feel?
Not bad, not like I normally would react.
Interesting, isn't that?
It is. And my thing is, will I feel in 2 days from now? I wonder how will I react. Like, is it?
Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to lift yourself up out of your body and go to the right on your timeline and step into yourself 7 days from now. Okay? See what you see,
Yep.
hear what you hear, feel what you feel. Imagine Dr. Shabzik calling you then, that wonderful oncologist. You know how they are. They're always the ultimate pessimists. And they're going to give you a moment-to-moment description of what's going to happen, not just a day-to-day one. How do you feel over there?
Not bad.
Okay.
Not.
Step out of there. Go up on your timeline. 1 month, 7 days into the future. Step into his body, the Blake of that time. See what he sees, hear what he hears, feel what he feels. And just imagine Dr. Shabzik calling you up then. He's giving you a second-to-second description. Painting the worst possible scenario you can imagine. What are you feeling?
It's if it. Gosh, it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
I'm not getting the sweaty palms, and I didn't get the jolt in my stomach.
Okay. Interesting, isn't it? And now step out of there. Go 1 year, 1 month, 7 days into the future. Step into his body. See what he sees, hear what he hears, feels what he feels. Give me a report back about what's going on in his life. What's going on over there? Does he feel free? Relaxed? At ease?
yeah, more relaxed, almost like almost don't know how to think, I should say. Like almost confused but relaxed.
Okay, well, he's gained a lot of wisdom, hasn't he, in this past year, 1 month, 7 days? I want you to step inside his body, live out a week in his life. And as you do, I want him to download directly into you all that wisdom, all that knowledge that he's gained. Let him download it right to the level of your DNA so it can be expressed automatically, naturally, and effortlessly whenever you need it without having to think about it. So you can use it right now, and you don't have to wait that 1 year, 1 month, 7 days to get it.
Okay.
And when you're done, step out, give him a big hug, tell him how much you can't wait to meet him in another 1 year, 1 month, 7 days. Thank him for imparting to you all that knowledge and wisdom. And come on back to your body today, knowing that all this information, all this wisdom has gone straight to the level of your DNA and is going to be expressed automatically whenever you need it without having to think. Just like your hair grows without thinking about it, just like your fingernails grow without you thinking about it, just like you can breathe without having to think about it. So this information will be expressed whenever necessary, at the moment necessary, automatically, effortlessly, and naturally. In a moment, not yet, but a moment we count from 1 to 5. And as I do, you can slowly return to this new reality that you created for yourself, a reality where you can be at peace, a reality where you don't have any of those pressures, where you feel totally relaxed, a reality where you can embrace life, live in the now, knowing that now that you're safe and it's okay to be the way that you are now, safe from fear, safe from anything that disturbs your peaceful relaxation in life. Number one, I'm going to all my messages to you and all your messages, your subconscious mind, just going to go stronger and stronger, bigger and bigger and better with every breath you take and every beat of your heart. Number two, knowing that you did the work. You deserve the rewards. They're my gift to you. Number three, knowing that for every problem that comes into your life, your other conscious mind will always come up with the three very best, fastest, most efficient solutions that you can implement any one of them that you want and return back to being that awesome self that you were created to be. Number four, like a splash of cool spring water that refreshes your face with every drop that touches it. Number five, ready to thrive, open your eyes at the rate and speed that you're ready to meet this new reality that you've created for yourself. How do you feel?
Okay. What?
What just
Gosh,
happened?
definitely. I don't like confused. I guess it's hard to explain. Yeah, like
I know what it is. I know what it is. I've been there. I've done it.
my eyes feel heavy. I'll say that.
Okay.
uh,
Your
uh,
homework. Number one, you got to write down all the good changes that you've noticed, and you're going to have to report to me next week. Okay?
okay.
Number two,
I absolutely will.
gratitude notebook. You know what a gratitude notebook is?
Yes, I've read about that on the YouTube about just things that I'm happy for, and
That's correct. Very
I
important. And I'll give you a little tip on a gratitude notebook. I write in my notebook every day approximately 10 things. Half of them are things that have already happened. Half of them are things that have not yet happened, but I want to happen. But I write about them as if they already happened. 9 out of 10 times within a year or two, they happen. Okay? Just by writing it down in my notebook, not by doing anything else. Big tip. Number three, the fact that we're done over here doesn't mean that you're done. Things might come up. You've uncovered stuff, and that's fine. That's good. Let them come up. As you reveal them, you feel them. As you feel them, you heal them. Anything that's too big for you to handle by yourself, to just let it come up, feel it, and say bye-bye and let it go. Write it down, and we'll work on it. Okay?
okay.
Okay. Any questions? Are you too confused?
Um, yeah, I don't even know what to say. God, wow, different. Yeah, I said like I can't. It's hard to say. I guess I'm more curious how I'm going to feel in a couple of days. Right now, I just feel like my head's just and like not in a bad way, but
Yeah.
just like I said, almost confused. Like what in the heck
Things
just happened? Almost. Um,
things are being rearranged. It's okay. It's all good.
yeah, yes, that seems like a good word to use. Rearrange.
Right.
um, so the gratitude journal. You said you're going to send me a
No, I'm not sending anything. You got to write
thing.
down a notebook. Write 5 things that, or 2 or 3 things that are present that you're grateful for. Add another 2 to 5 things that you want to happen that haven't yet happened, but write it as if it already happened. I'm so grateful that I have dot, 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 dot. I'm so grateful that this has come to
Okay.
pass, dot, 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 dot. Even if it hasn't happened, write it as
Okay.
if it happened. Number 3,
Every day you
every
said.
day, every day. If you don't miss a day, don't
Okay.
beat yourself up about it. Just continue the next day. Okay?
Okay.
Worst thing you can do is beat yourself up. There's no point in that. Just continue the next day. Number 2, you report back to me all the positive changes. Okay?
Okay.
And number 3,
Yep. I can.
just remember, things might come up. Allow them to. Don't stuff it back down. Okay? It's a good thing that they're coming up because that means that you can get rid of them. You don't need them anymore. Okay? And
Okay.
one last thing is I want you to think about what the gift in all this is. Because once you get the gift, you can totally let it go. So just something to ponder about. What's the gift? Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Have a great day, a great week.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Thank you very much. So will I be contacting you in a week, or are you going to contact me through email or whatever to let you know the progress?
Definitely contact me through email to let me know the progress, and we'll set up a time for next week. I don't know what times are actually good for
Okay.
you. You have to let me know in email. Okay?
Okay. Sure. Yep. Thank you very much, and I will definitely get a hold of you next week then. So.
Okay. And happy holidays.
You too. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget, if you like this video, leave a like down below, subscribe to my channel, or subscribe to my newsletter. The address is right down below over there. Have a great week.